It's springtime and we can see the birds working on improving their nests and building their nests and working together because it's safer for them to build together. And so throughout nature and humanity, we have this idea that we thrive when we are connected, when we are in team, when we are in community. And what's very interesting is I keep encountering leaders who struggle a bit with the idea of sharing leadership in a team. And I think this is really worth exploring and seeing how do we continuously improve not just the team overall, but ourselves as team leaders. The quote that we're using this week comes from Marcus Aurelius, and he said that nothing has such power to broaden the mind as the ability to investigate systematically and truly all that comes under your observation in life. So you might observe that we have the hardy-dars chirping in on today's thing, and that is further sign of spring. So what I want to talk about and tell a story about today relates to continuous improvement, and it builds on the concept of the participant observer. So the reason that the participant observer is so important is multifaceted, but one of them is that it shares the leadership. And they say that in a typical team meeting, there are at least 6 different types of leadership role at play at any one point in time. And the story I want to tell you is of one of our team members who was put into a team leadership role, younger than many of the members of the team, and kind of, wanted to help everybody, and so would take charge, do everything, and play all of the leadership roles, even in meetings and even in producing work. Continually stepping in. Very noble, very concerned and passionate about getting the task done and helping everybody to get there. But there are actually 3 different problems from that. The one is, if you look at a typical team meeting, if you're trying to play all 6 types of roles, or some people would say 7, you're never going to be able to do them all well. And this is what she began to find, is that there were people who were able to contribute but didn't. Which is the second point. The second point is that there are people who have a contribution to make, people who have value to add. They could take the minutes, they could be the participant observer, they could be the one who helps people with technical problems if it's a virtual meeting. They could do presentations. There's so many different roles. But with one person doing, the other person is now excluded from being able to fully participate. And one of the keys, and the reason we want to continuously improve by sharing leadership, is because it means that everybody's more engaged. And so that's the second thing, is engagement. So there is the overload of the leader, then there is the engagement, and the third observation, and she found this, is burnout, is that you're doing everything and you're burning out. And so what do we really want leaders to do? We want leaders to observe, where can I distribute leadership? Where can I bring other people in? Where can I make sure that everybody's engaged because they have a role in the team meeting? And her story, I hear over and over again, of team leaders who think it's all on them because that's their role, they're the leader. But actually, high-performing teams have shared leadership. If you like this video, why not hit subscribe? That way you can regularly get conscious leadership updates in your YouTube feed.